Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the retro carded Marvel's Scorpion. This is basically the same Scorpion as before, but this time his face is better, and there's some things that are about it that are good, and some things that are not so good. And I'm going to do the review for you, and it's going to be a quick one since it's basically the exact same figure, but I figured I'd show you just in case you were looking at getting this without knowing much about the first one. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Before we get into it, we'll just look at the packaging real quick before I put it out of reach. You might notice, do we have a better image? Yeah, you can see right back here. You might notice that his tail is not exceptionally long. Even with the foreshortening, you can tell it's just not that long. Whereas on the figure, it is absurdly long. It's ridiculously long. And some people might like that, but for me, it's just too damn long. It makes it awkward and cumbersome and annoying. Just gonna get that out of the way right now. You guys can let me know. Question of the day: is his tail too long, or is that a good length? You can comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Also, do you prefer open face mask or closed face mask? Not the figure, just in terms of Scorpion style, character design. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a height measurement. Man, this tail, it's so cumbersome. It's like heavier than the whole rest of the figure. He stands just about 16.5 centimeters. That's going to make him roughly 6.5 inches. Here he is up against Darwin. They are just about the same height. He might be a touch taller, so that's going to be about 1.05 Darwins. Alright, let's talk about this guy. Well, it's a lot of shiny green plastic. It's okay. There's no paint wash or anything to go along the lines. If you like that, good. If you don't like that, you're kind of missing out. And the paint job's not good. What is there? If you look at the forearms, the light green on the forearms is painted, and it is not painted well at all. I hope it shows up. I know this is a weird color, and for whatever reason, Canon cameras tend to do weird stuff with green, but the paint job on the arms is terrible. The paint job on the head is ridiculously bad. It's even been touched up somehow at the factory, and it looks that bad. It's rough. It looks like his lips, he looks like a One Piece character. He looks like Usopp. He's just got a big line going around his mouth. And then the green line work is awful. That's super unfortunate. The body, it is a slender body. I guess that's okay. Some people make the argument he's supposed to be slender. I would argue that on this card he shouldn't be. He should be much bigger, much bulkier. And regardless of that, he still shouldn't have a head that is as big as it is. Not only is his head too big and sits too high, but the top of his head is too big. He's a villain. He should have a smaller cranium relative to his jaw size. That's generally how they're drawn. This guy has a huge head and a huge top of his head, so it throws off the look quite a bit. I do think the proportioning, not counting the head, is not bad on this guy. I just wish he was a little bit bulkier. So it doesn't look bad other than the head. If you can change the head out, you might be okay. But you can see how much the head just sits on top of the neck, and it's so big, it's so goofy looking. So aesthetically speaking, I'm going to give it a generous 7. The really long tail and oversized head throw it off quite a bit. But the rest is passable. You can see these little guys are painted well enough. I guess it's passable. It's just not particularly good. Now, as far as accessories go, you're going to be pretty excited to know that he has none, so that's a 0 out of 10. Alright, as far as articulation goes, we'll run it really quickly. He can look up. He has lollipop syndrome like crazy, though. He can look down. Of course, rotate side to side. And he can lean in an unnatural way because of where the ball peg is. Shoulders, no problem. Everything works fine on this mold. Bicep swivel is okay. Double jointed elbow, that's okay. Good range there. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Diaphragm joint on this guy actually works pretty well. Leans to the side nicely. Leans forward well enough, I guess. Leans back not at all because of this thing. Waist twist is a waist twist. If you want that, you have it. Hips go forward plus some. They go better than horizontal. I like that. Going back just a tiny bit. Out to the side. Pretty limited, just a touch over 45, so that's a little bit annoying. Thigh swivel is a thigh swivel, nothing special there. Double jointed knee is okay, but as you can see, even though his proportioning is better than most, we have too much lower leg. This should be the same length as this, which means this is too short. That would help him to look a little bit more powerful. Also, there is a boot swivel. If you like that, you have that. Ankles go all the way back and pretty far forward. You can go even farther. And the ankle rocker is okay. So bendy tail is bendy, but humongous, and It's like impossible to pose this guy without the tail being just way too in the way. It's annoying. But anyway, articulation on this guy, 7 out of 10. Nothing special. So really, it just comes down to this. Do you like the way this one looks compared to the first one? If you do, get it. If you don't, keep the first one. If you don't have either one, then you get to decide. I have reviewed it. It'll be up there. To me, this is a better release, but it's still lacking severely. They need to do a lot better. If you have the Toy Biz one, just keep the Toy Biz one. It has its flaws, but so does this, and that one's way better looking. I'll put that up in the corner also. I'm gonna give this a final rating of being just a repaint and a poor excuse of a repaint because the quality is so bad. 5 out of 10. You can't just reissue a figure and then do a horrible paint job on the head with nothing else being improved upon. So that's pretty disappointing for me because I quite like this version of Scorpion. Oh well, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. But now you have my thoughts, so there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.